let's bring this around a little more and talk about AI and machine learning today. So what are our capabilities that we as developers or users of software can expect today? We're looking at narrow learning, deep and shallow, so neural nets versus statistics basically, doing very specific tasks like spam classifications or answering questions in a chatbot type of thing, or creating legal agreements for attorneys, all that type of stuff. We're not really talking about general AI, even though some people will use that as a marketing term. And there's even some people, like there's a Google AI data scientist, I think, who believes that the AI that they created is conscious, and most people disagree, but it certainly appears very much like that. But I think it just fools us into projecting that onto it. Okay. Now with the narrow learning, we can achieve mind-boggling and very, very useful things that are immediately applicable to business applications, for instance. And personally, I actually fall into the camp of thinking wide and narrow AI is going to be the way to go. I don't see that if I'm Tesla and I'm creating this AI that lets my cars drive autonomously, that needs to be general AI. I don't see that AI also needs to play chess and do astrophysics, and me spending money on developing that part of the AI. I think economically, for any commercial project, a narrow AI just makes more sense. And that may change in decades to come, but for what matters to my career and anyone's career that's on this call today, I think narrow AI will be where it's at. Now, academically, GAI is a very interesting research area, and I'm sure somebody will do that. But commercially, I think multiple narrow AIs will be the much better way to go. And I foresee this not as here is the AI, and we like to project these human characteristics onto that, like there is the AI and she's called Siri. Very often it's a female character in people's minds. I think that's complete nonsense. I think AI is going to be bits and pieces of microservices doing various narrow tasks. I think that will be much more useful, and you scale that to as many of them as you need. And there is no such thing as, IBM has Watson, but Watson is not, it's a marketing term, right? So that's how I think things are going to go, and it's certainly what we use today. How can we use AI today? A lot of the apps that we are using today have AI built in. So it can be very, very down-to-earth applications, say a financial system, that uses AI to do things like classify transactions, find irregularities in very boring financial data. It could be stock trading, it could be inventory management, it could be predicting sales volumes in a business application. Very down-to-earth things are already driven by AI. And if your app doesn't do that, we probably need to talk, because you're in severe danger of falling behind your competition. Okay. Now, when we are developers, as most of you probably are in this presentation today, we have two options of actually building AI into our own systems. We can use pre-trained AI that's just ready to use for us, and there's a number of examples for that. There's a lot of Azure services, for instance, that do that we can just use. And the other option is to train our own AIs.